Hello, Morocco. For the last few months, I've been speaking at universities and high schools, and I've been sharing a really important message that I want to share here too. You are a miracle. It's true. It is truly a miracle that you exist, and it did not happen by accident. Now let me explain how I know this. A few months ago, someone on Twitter posted that they were thinking of a number from 1 to 100, and that the first person to correctly guess it would win 10,000 Satoshis, which is a tiny portion of a Bitcoin, worth about 25 dirhams today. Now, it doesn't take long to type out a number, so I tweeted 54, and I won! Some stranger on the internet sent me 25 dirhams just because I picked a number from 1 to 100. Pretty lucky, right? Well, let's think about it. How lucky is it? Let's just say I had a 1 in 100 chance of guessing correctly. I had a 1% chance. Those are not good odds. Another way of saying it is that I had a 99% chance of being wrong. Overwhelmingly, the odds of me winning were terrible. 1 in 100 is not a bet you should take. Now, let's go back to you being a miracle. Let me share some simple biology and math to prove my point. You exist because your mom and dad got together and, well, you know. One specific egg from your mother combined with one specific sperm from your father to create you. And any other combination, a different father, a different mother, or even a different egg or a different sperm from your parents, would have resulted in a different person. You would not exist. So what are the odds of the egg and the sperm meeting to create you? Well, a girl is born with about 1 million eggs, but by the time she reaches puberty, she has about 300,000 left. And of course, that number decreases every month. It's different for men because we aren't born with all our sperm, we produce it beginning at puberty. A healthy male can actually produce around 2 trillion sperm in their lifetime. Trillion with a T. But let's remember that your dad was producing sperm before he married your mother, and he'll probably be producing it after she reaches menopause. So let's cut that number down to a quarter, which is 500 billion. And your mother probably had lots of cycles before she married your father. So let's cut her number by a third. That gives us 200,000 possible eggs from your mother and 500 billion possible sperm from your father. So as we shift from biology to math, we've got the odds of you existing. 200,000 times 500 billion. That equates to a 1 in a quadrillion chance of you existing. 1 in a quadrillion. That's 17 zeros after the 1. 1,000 millions is a billion. 1,000 billions is a trillion. And 1,000 trillions is a quadrillion. Of course, our minds cannot comprehend these numbers. To count to 1 million would take you 11.5 days. To count to 1 billion would take 31.5 years. If you were to count to 1 trillion, 31,709 years. But to count to a quadrillion, 31.7 million years. In other words, it's mathematically impossible for you to be here by chance. You are not an accident. You are a miracle. The odds of you existing are impossible. It's an act of God that you are alive. You were chosen by your Creator, miraculously handpicked out of quadrillions of possibilities. Do you realize that the math we just didn't take into account the odds of your parents being together? What if they never met? What if your mom married someone else? Or the fact that you've stayed alive all these years. You haven't been struck by lightning or eaten by a shark. You haven't died in a car accident or been taken out by some disease like cancer. Now, the chances of those things happening are slim, But as you add the small possibility of each of these to your chances of existing, the probability gets narrower and narrower. The further you go with this thought experiment, the clearer it becomes. You are a miracle. What that means is that your existence matters. You are valuable. Your life has purpose. God picked you for a reason. And that is the important task that is now set before you. Why were you chosen to exist? What is your purpose? What are you living for? I love the quote, "There is a U-shaped hole in the universe. Find it and fill it." And that's my hope for you, that you would pursue and discover a meaningful purpose for your life, that you would reach beyond success to find significance. So, my friends, no matter what's going on in your life right now, don't forget this truth, that you are alive for a reason. You are a miracle. Until next time, get wisdom.